Everyone, welcome to Tuesday Talks. Glad you joined us here today. We have an unbelievable speaker that's going to be joining us here just momentarily. So I really recommend that you get something to write on or whatever it is. But I have to tell you, we're very excited you joined us here today. For those of you that are joining us for the very first time, we started Tuesday Talks about 7 months ago, right after the COVID outbreak, the pandemic, the quarantine, the stay-in-home orders. We had to do what we had to do. But we have been putting on events and discussions for the last, I would say, almost 30 years. My wife and I started back in 1991. We were traveling all over the country, different offices, convention centers, you name it. We would have big events, live events. And then when COVID took place, we had to reinvent ourselves, which is what most people have been doing and should be doing right now, is reinventing the way we all do business. So we started these Tuesday Talks. We began with a very small crowd. I think our first meeting, we had maybe 30 or 40 people that participated. And since then, it's just been growing and growing, and the word's been getting out. And so we're actually very happy that you joined us here today. So let me go ahead and get started. I've got some wonderful announcements to make. So let me go ahead and share with you guys my screen. And then we're going to get started. And then I'm going to bring our guest speaker on here a little bit later. So first of all, I got to tell you, this is a Shintastic Saturday here, just saying. My team and I, we have been going nonstop. So we're like, we don't even know what day it is, right? So we sometimes we think it's Saturday, Tuesday. Every day is long. We have been working nonstop 7 days a week, and so yeah. So we just had a little, moment. We thought it was Saturday today. Oh God, we all need a vacation right now. Anybody want a vacation? Do me a favor, down below, there's a little button. It says hands up high. Yeah, seriously, right? We all need a vacation right now. Oh my God. All right. So I have to admit, you guys, I just before I rolled in here to the studio, got in front of the camera, my wife says, hey, we should probably go to Costco and we should, get some stuff, just, in case in the next couple of weeks, as the election happens and we have no food or whatever, and we don't want to go out there while it's kind of crazy. So we decided, man, I don't remember the last time I was at a Costco. It's been several months. I walked in and it was almost empty. I was like, man, this is actually kind of cool. But it's been a while since I've been in a Costco. And then I go in there and it's like, there's Christmas stuff all over the place. I mean, it's crazy. Like, whatever happened to Halloween and what happened to, let's see, Thanksgiving, right? That we should be also grateful. And we're already doing Christmas stuff. It was unbelievable. But anyway, I'm glad I made it back. We normally do these at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, okay? And so a lot of the people on the East Coast, emailed and texted us and called and said, it would really be nice if you guys could just start a little bit earlier for us. Excuse me. So we took their advice so that we can really cater to everyone. And we changed it just a little bit earlier, 6 o'clock p.m. So in the future, people are driving back from home. They can still tune in while they're in the traffic. Hopefully, they drive safely and they can go into listen mode. And the people on the East Coast can actually join, and it's still like 9 o'clock, and it's a reasonable time. And so we made a decision to go to a 6 o'clock time frame. We were a little concerned that the word was not going to get out, that people would not remember it was 6 o'clock, and we went from 6:30, and people would get in 6:30. And I'm looking at the turnout right now, and I have to say, hey guys, thank you so much for supporting this. I hope I'm providing you guys great content. Just so you guys know right now, I am, sometimes you ask yourself, like, who mentors the mentor? Well, I want you to know that I was not like where I am today 30 years ago, right? I actually, had times where there was doubt. There were times where I was like, can I really be an entrepreneur, right? Am I really going to build up a business that's a multi-million-dollar company that's going to pay me millions of dollars a year? And and I'm telling you, I've made a lot of money, right? Not to toot my own horn, guys, right? But I'll tell you what, the amount of money I've made, if I told you how much money I made, you wouldn't even believe me, honestly. You won't believe it. And there are times when you're at the lowest point, you go to somebody, and let me just tell you something. You wonder what they're going to say to you is when you turn to them and say, hey, could I, should I got to tell you right now that this next speaker right here is going to talk to you. I owe him, our family, the generations to come, owe him so much, because when I was at the lowest point of my life, some of the lowest, darkest moments where no one could understand where I was at, I went to this guy right here, and this guy is the one who encouraged me. He empowered me. He educated me. And let me just tell you something. This guy never made a penny off not a penny off my business. Do you guys understand it? Not a nickel. Never once has this man right here ever said, hey, John, you owe me X dollar amount because I invested a lot of time in you. This is the kind of person that this individual is. And again, he's tuning in here tonight, financially free, independent, right? And ultra uber successful to help all of you. And I'll tell you what, this guy is the godfather, right, to me in the financial industry. Like, this guy's literally, more people today in the financial industry has become successful because of this man right here, right? And you know, he put everything on the line. You know, everybody always says that this guy is like a lucky guy. You have no idea. It has nothing to do with luck. This guy put everything on the line to make sure that his business would be successful. And then he helped many, many others. And I am one of those guys, right? And so they say, who mentors a mentor? Well, here's one of them right here. But he did it also. He has a beautiful family. His daughter is now in business with him. I mean, how awesome is that, that you can have your own children to be in business with you? He has been an exemplary role model, right, in business and as a father and a husband. His wife is also a beautiful lady that one day you guys would all listen to her as well. I mean, talk about somebody who's just amazing, his wife. I call her my sister from another mother. But this guy right here, seriously, I don't know there's another person on this planet other than my wife that probably knows me better than this guy right here. So without any further ado, let's welcome my good friend, brother from another mother, literally probably my best of best friends right here, Mr. Armando Gil. So Armando, what's happening, brother?
All right. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yep, you sound great.
Awesome. Hey, love spending some time. Love to listen to you share some of those nuggets, you know. And I was just thinking about our journey, man, and just everything that we've gone through and how far, you know, you've come, and, you know, just seeing the fruits of your labor. You know, it's just so emotionally rewarding to know that. Kind of to see, not the end, because you still got a lot more to accomplish, but to see a polished and finished product, you know, that that has accomplished so much and also has paid it forward. Because I tell you what, you've taken this message of entrepreneurship across the world. And, you know, I mean, when you think about it, you said something really important, and that is that you started with prayer. And a lot of times, you know, the great Jim Rome says, you know, don't wish for it to be easier, wish for you to be better. And I think about my life, man, and how I ended up in this business. And it was through massive adversity, you know, massive dark times, like you said. You know, I was working for a company, did a good job, and was, you know, making money. And all of a sudden, the company decided to sell the operation, and then they came in and said, hey, Armando, we know you did a great job, you're responsible for this, but don't let the door hit you on the way out, because we're bringing in our own management team. And then you're going, you know, when you're going when you're going through a phase like that, the worst thing you can do is to get paralyzed. You know, the worst thing you can do is stop and get in a and have a pity party of, oh, why is me? And I didn't do that, you know, because I have faith, and I knew God had something better for me. And the answer's always in action. The answer's always in the next step, because every time you take another step forward, then the plan manifests itself for you. And sure enough, I mean, about 2 or 3 weeks later, and sharing my dilemma, you know, and with friends and colleagues and stuff like that, you know, a friend of mine said, hey, you should go talk to so-and-so, and he might help you, you know, save some money, and he might help you, you know, learn something, and who knows, it might be something that you can do. And sure enough, you know, I called somebody, just like you just gave your number to somebody, and I called that individual, and he had actually was not even involved in the business anymore, but he connected me with somebody else and referred me, and you know, they came over and sat with me, and they shared with me this industry, and it was funny because I already had some financial products before from people in the industry, but those people, just like you said in that script, they only gave me the fish. They only sold me a product. They didn't teach me how to fish. They didn't tell me the power of this industry. They didn't tell me how incredible the financial industry was, you know, and they didn't give me any opportunity. They just sold me a product, a financial product. And later on, because of that financial product, I got educated into this industry, and I made a decision. And, you know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it was easy, because nothing worthwhile is, but it was sure worth it. And the first key to any success is total commitment. You know, once you make a commitment, and you know, I was thinking about today, in fact, one of our great friends put on something on Facebook. The biggest killer of dreams is skepticism. You know, skepticism is a disease, you know, and it comes from you lacking confidence, you know. And I was so grateful that I had faith, like you had faith, you know, and we just jumped in, and I made aggressive mistakes, because the only way to you have to go from knowledge to knowing. And, you know, most people get caught up in the knowledge. I want to know everything, but they never get to the knowing part. And the knowing part only comes from applying what you learn and then gathering experience, and then it becomes a known to you. And most people stay in the theory and the knowledge base and always gathering more information, but they never pull the trigger. They never go for it. They never attack their dreams, and they never make things happen. And I'm going to share with you about, you know, 7 components of a wealth building opportunity. Because today, I mean, there's just so much incredible information, and, you know, you have been out in the world, as they say, you know, looking at this industry, and making this thing happen for you and for your family in so many ways. And you've experienced so many other businesses. You've got you're so diverse in so many things that you've done, but yet this is your true north. This is where you come, what butters your bread for you and the family. So it's been just an incredible journey to see that. So I want to share these elements with the audience, so that you will have you know, something to understand and comprehend what are the things that you look for if you really want not just the ability to make money, but the ability to build wealth. You know, there's a lot of people that have businesses, and a lot of people that live a very comfortable life, and they make a lot of money. But very few people have a lifestyle business. Very few people can, like you can literally walk away from your business, and it would literally not miss a beat. And during this COVID era, the valuation of our business model has been manifested 100 times over, because all of a sudden we didn't panic. We just pivoted from face-to-face and face in office operations to just being in on a Zoom environment on the internet. And now with the incredible support that we have, nothing can stop us. So let me share some of this, and then maybe if we have some time, we can get after. But what are the 7 things that you want to look for? Number 1 is, man, is there a high demand? Is there a high demand for the things that you are marketing, your product, your course, your whatever it is, your knowledge, is there a low supply basically, or is it easy accessible? Can they find it anywhere, right? So you want a high demand, low supply environment right now. Well, in the financial industry, man, the demand has never been greater than it is right now. People are living longer. Life expectancy is longer. People with the recession of 2008, the dot-com that went before that, and now with this COVID, people are going to have to be in their workforce longer. In fact, the biggest unemployment rate right now in America is for college graduates, because the older people are not leaving the workforce because why? They didn't plan to fail, but they just failed to plan. They didn't put enough money away. They don't have enough money in their retirement accounts. And so they're having to work longer, and into their golden years are now being delayed. And of course, Social Security's delayed our retirement age because that's an unfunded liability. And then also, it's just an incredible scenario for opportunity, because the demand is great, but the supply is small. Because why? Our industry has shrunk. Our industry today is smaller than when you and I started, 25, 30 years ago. There's less advisors in the marketplace right now because all the recession stuff and in the regulatory environment has gotten so difficult for the industry that a lot of people have gotten out of the industry. And then again, people are aging. There's no diversity in the marketplace. According to LIMRA, 57% or something like that of the advisors in the industry are 55-year-old Caucasian males that have been in it for 25 years and they're on the brink of retirement. So there's no diversity, and it's an aging advisor base, and there's no minor league system of people coming into the industry right now. So you talk about the demand's only going to get bigger, and there's going to be less people to service that demand. So our opportunity, and we're experiencing that because during this COVID phase, in the month of August, our company paid out $87 million that we just found out from our president, and just in 1 month alone, to people like yourself and myself and our business partners. So never have we experienced the conditions that we see now. Unlimited opportunity. It's almost like everything has come together. The world has aligned for our benefit, for our opportunity to just come and rescue people that are willing to go. So there's no limitations. As you know, our business is scattered all over the country and in Canada. There's a lot of people here that have operations in Canada. You have operations in Canada. I have some people in Canada and in other places. During this COVID thing has happened, man, our business has expanded because now all of a sudden you don't have to wait to bring people to a local introduction. Here we are. You just did part of our introduction to our business model. We're talking about it. So we got people here from all over the country that can possibly be locking into this presentation tonight and experience some of this and can pull the trigger right now into launching their career and their business into the financial industry with no risk at all whatsoever. Zero risk. Everything is provided for you. Everything's in place. You don't got to come in. It's like when we started, man, we didn't have nothing. Like you said, I had to lay everything on the line. I had to, and invest everything. We had nothing. And now, man, everything's in place. Everything is a beautiful thing. The third thing you want to look at is, do you got to go it alone? Meaning, you have to put everything on your shoulder. You got to put up all the capital, all the market research, right? All the infrastructure in place, right? And you got to go it alone, right? And the answer is, you want to have a model like ours, a model that allows you to leverage, meaning you might pay for your office in the corner up there, but you'll get a chance to make money on the entire building and multiple buildings of operations, just like real estate. It's almost like running a people real estate. Everybody in real estate wants to own a lot of real estate. Well, we have what is called people real estate. We invest in people. We have what is called a people mutual fund. Our biggest investment is like you're doing right now. You don't have to be doing this. You can be sailing off into the world right now, but here you are giving your cell phone number to people in order to to provide your 30 plus years of experience into this industry, right? And empower them, because unlike the industry out there, our business model is about growing the pie. The bigger the pie gets, the bigger our individual slices. We're not training our competition, right? We're not training our competition like real estate. You talk to people in real estate, brokers are constantly training new agents and losing new agents. They either move on to bigger compensation model, or they become brokers themselves. Because if you have a thoroughbred, a stud, a leader, they're going to want to become a broker. Where here, we don't have a broker agent relationship. We have a broker to broker relationship that allows us to leverage the efforts of other people. All right. Here you are, like you and I don't make any money off of each other, but you leverage my experience and my time in the business and my knowledge, right, to help your organization, your business grow. And you've done that for me many and many times. And we do that across our entire model, our entire business model. When have you ever seen a Century 21 broker in your corner help the other Century 21 broker on the other corner? That's never happened. Or an insurance agent from Farmers in one city help the other insurance agent from another company help that. That never happens in the industry, but it happens in our model, because in our model, man, in this wealth building model, you get a chance to share in the wealth of the overall company. You get a chance to build and have an incentive for not only your business to grow, but for the company to grow. And now, this thing is no longer trial and error. This thing has now been perfected now. I mean, this is, we got the highest earners in the industry are part of our model. Now you're one of them, along with so many other people right now. So time tested with massive staying power all over the country, in the biggest market in the world is the US. The reason the US has an immigration problem every single year, because anybody can come to America and tee it up. If you want to work hard at it and you find something that you're passionate about and you put your effort out there, man, you can become anything in America. That's why we have an immigration problem, because you don't have that anywhere else. You didn't have it in your country. I didn't have it in my country. We had to come here. And luckily that this incredible country, we were able to come here, through the proper channels. We had to leave everything behind. Your parents came here broke with no money. My parents came here broke with no money. And just for a chance, man, and be willing to work for it, right? To build a better life for us. And we're grateful for that opportunity. And that's what we do now for everybody else. We laid the groundwork, and now we just get a chance to pay it forward and help so many people. Number four is huge. Talent preservation. You want to look at a successful company. You want to look at how much money the leadership of the company, the foundation of that company, how much money are they making? Because you already know that in business, successful companies always want to poach something, their best talent from other companies. That happens in our industry all day and every day and twice on Sunday. We're constantly getting emails that, UBS took, so many advisors from Wells Fargo, from Citigroup, constantly taking from each other. They don't have a minor league system. They don't have a way of bringing brand new talent into the business. And then when they get their good talent, they can't retain that talent. Well, you're one of the top talents in our company, right? And part of so many other people that we have here. So our platform discourages all stars from leaving. Why? Because they can't make the money that they make with us anywhere else. They don't have the model like ours have. They don't have the lifestyle. They don't have the freedom, right? Because like you said, money is not everything, but the lack of it. And what our business model not only brings money to you, but it brings freedom. It brings freedom. And it brings freedom and allows massive unlimited growth without growing your overhead. I look at your model you know, and you are spread out and you're multiple 7-figure earners in our company, and you have operations all over the place in America and in Canada, and your overhead is like a joke, man. Your overhead, you run your overhead on probably less than 10% of what you make. In fact, your biggest problem is that your biggest overhead is the tax liability that you got to pay in California, and especially in this country. That's your biggest overhead, is taxes, not running this incredible business. So enables them to match your success, right? You look at the big companies like Google and Microsoft, man, the foundation of the company, they're still there. They can't go anywhere, right? Same thing with our model. All the pioneers of our business model are still here today, engaged in the business, right? Running this operation. They've been mega wealthy for many, many decades, but they're still here today. Why? Because they can't go nowhere, right? They can't go, and they don't want to go nowhere, because here you have the cake and eat it too. You know, you don't just have one tiger by the tails, you have all the tigers by the tails. So the talent preservation is what brings security to your business, that you only got to build it one time. You build it one time and it replicates forever. It's like waves of money constantly coming in, because you don't have to worry about losing your best people like the rest of the industry has out there. That's where the rest of the industry is it's a product-driven business, and you have commission chasers, right? Our business model is opportunity-driven and people-focused. We focus on our people, right? And our people focus on building their opportunity and maxing out, right? And so our people are never focused on commissions, because it's not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you spread in your organization, how much wealth. Whoever has the biggest payroll in our company is the most secure and has the best lifestyle and makes the most money. Number 5, man, the timing, precise timing. I mean, you hit on a little bit of it already, but my God, it's like, you know, every time we turn on the news, it just manifests the timing. Let's talk about the size of this industry between retail, real estate, and financial. Where's the money at? Because have you heard the saying, follow the money, right? Follow the money. Where is the money at? And that's where there's money to be made, right? Well, the retail industry is a $24 trillion industry. Real estate is $33 trillion industry. And the financial industry, the flowing of money, all right? And remember this, when you're in the money business, 3 ways to make money. You can make money with your money, you can make money with other people's money, or you can make money in the redirection of that money. And we do all 3 of those. We teach you first how to make money with your money. Then we teach you how to make money helping other people's money and redirecting that money. That's our business model. And then we teach you how to go help other people learn the same principles as you. And then we're going to compensate you for that forever on that stuff. Financial literacy, you hit on this thing, man. America is the wealthiest country in the world per capita, and we have the worst savings rate of any country in the world. We're a spending society. Our check is spent before it even gets to our bank. We've already spent it. You know, we have terrible education. You hit on those numbers. And we have terrible disciplines when it comes to saving money. Financial literacy is timeless, ageless. Everyone needs it, not only today, but forever. Forever. Your son's in the business. My kids, I want them in the business, right? That we're trying to get. Few people actually have it. Last year alone, financial literacy, the #1 economic crisis in the world, is one of the greatest threats to freedom globally. I got this material from one of our colleagues in our company, and Tom, who did a great job on this. I mixed some of the stuff up from before in the past because I thought it was so valuable. $5 billion people were affected just last year alone across the world. And of course, America, a big chunk of that $5 billion. Recently, Edward Jones, Age Wave, in the Harris Poll released a 5 generations, okay, of financial study, including new surveys of 9,000 adults in the US, okay? And this is what they found out. Interested in receiving guidance from a financial professional, advising on investment strategies for my retirement, 63% of the people in America that were surveyed want to meet with a financial professional. And yet a financial professional is not getting this information to these people. Savings to withstand market volatility, 54% of that. Why? Because people are risk adverse, right? They don't know about the market, how much the market's changed. They don't know about the new products in the market that help with minimizing risk or eliminating risk completely, depending on people's risk tolerance, determining how best to draw for investment in retirement. Those numbers, minimizing income tax in retirement, right? 3 enemies to accumulating wealth is procrastination, right? Is inflation. And the third is taxation, man. You know, we've already seen that. You hit a little bit on the presidential election that's coming up right now. Taxes is one of the biggest things right now, because why? Man, taxes it takes up 2/3 of 2 hours of every day. You work just to pay your taxes, depending on situation. Planning for long-term care. People are living longer right now. People have no idea what long-term care is, right? And how it's going to be affected. They don't have no idea that, you know, health insurance or Medicare doesn't cover that. Picking out the best Medicare plan, determining the optimal training. Anyway, so people need what we do, and the need is getting bigger, not smaller. The need is getting bigger every day. Everybody has to think about saving more and earlier. And we have to work with all generations to get that point across. It's going to take a huge educational effort, according to this PhD, Mr. Ken Ditchwall right here. So we plan to erase financial literacy. That's our company campaign. Health and wealth, right, is our company campaign. Respect people, make money, right? Right here. Just simple stuff like this. I mean, when I learned this thing, man, I mean, if you don't learn anything else, it's the magic of compound interest, man. Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Edison, Einstein did not invent this, but he called it the 8th wonder of the world. I knew it was one of those famous people. But it talks about how the money doubles for you or against you. Doubles for you if you own money, or against you if you loan the money to these institutions, right? Given any interest rate divided by 72 will give you the number of years. So if you take 1 divided by 72, it's going to take you 72 years for $1 to become $2. And so on and so on. At 3% is 24 years. At 6% is 12. At 9% is 8. At 12% is 6 years. So while you're getting 1%, right? Right now, look at the statistics, man. There's almost $10 trillion in money market accounts, passbook savings account. The average is 0.09. $10 trillion earning 0.09 in America right now in this country. If you divide that by 72, it's going to take you 800 years for your money to double. That means your great grandkids might be able to use that double. When that dollar becomes 2, or that 100 becomes 200, or that 1,000 becomes 2,000, it's a flat out joke. And look at the institutions that you might know. That's why all the local banks have all the biggest buildings, all with marble floors, and everything looks great, because why? They know the rule of 72. You go in there at Bank of America and you put your money in the passbook at 3.03%, at BBT 0.0, at Capital One, and my bank, they don't even, not even that, 0.01, where you and I bank, it's Chase. A joke right here. Look at this. And that's why people, man, are constantly chasing the dollar. They're working for money all the time, and they can never get ahead, because inflation is not, their cost of living raised, that their job is not keeping up with the cost of living. Inflation is outpacing their earning power, and taxation is killing their retirement account. The average credit card, they learn right back to you, is 17%. So their money is going to double at 4.2 years, and yours is going to double in 800 years. Who's going to win that money game, right? The financial industry doesn't want you to know about the rule of 72, because that's why they own all those big, beautiful banks that you see across the world, all those high rises in New York and downtown LA. That's all owned by the biggest industry in the world. The $1.109 trillion industry own all those beautiful buildings. $307 billion were lost in 2019 because Americans didn't know how money works. Man, we got a massive crusade on teaching people how money works. That's, financial literacy, like you talked about, is it. But check this thing out. If you can change your literacy, you can change your life. Literally, wealthy people, right, stay wealthy because they transfer the skill of how they accumulated wealth to the next generation. Middle America and poor people transfer debt, right? They don't transfer habits. They don't transfer savings and investing habits and protecting habits, right? So if you're looking at this thing from a business standpoint, if you can change their literacy, you can change your life. If you serve, you want to know how successful an industry or a business is, find out how many people you're allowed to serve. If you remember McDonald's, you right, Golden Arches. In the Golden Arches, they would say how many billions served, right? How many billions served, right? Well, in our industry, right? Same thing. How many people you serve with your experience, your knowledge, both as clients, right? But more importantly, as business partners, like John talked to you about earlier, right? Because why? I can sell you a product and that might take care of you. It might take 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years for you to accumulate financial security or whatever. But if I teach you what our business model is all about, you might get there 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years, right? Depending on how aggressive you are, how hardworking you are, how dedicated you are. Obviously, there's no promise to success. We just promise you an unadulterated opportunity, second to none. There's nothing that compares our opportunity, especially with what you put into this business. Recession proof. Could you believe, man, when the 2008 downturn of the market, we had 5 years of record-breaking growth when everybody else's business was going under. And now, since March of this year, right, when COVID hit, our numbers have grown 70% between here and Canada in different categories in our company. Our base has grown, our bringing in new talent has grown, and also the companies we service because of the things that you said. More people need what we do more than any other time right now because people are losing their jobs and people are finding out like I did. I was lucky. I was blessed that I got caught in one of those downsizing operations when companies came in and I got laid off. Man, I was so blessed that I got laid off in my early 30s, man. And God just said, you know what? I got something better for you. That's not where I want you. You got way too much to give to be stuck at a job working for somebody else. And man, doors open for me in a big way. Right now, our business is so much better right now because why? How many great quality people are in the marketplace right now? How many people are in the marketplace right now that are entrepreneurs? You mentioned restaurant industry. How many entrepreneurs that open restaurants, man, that all of a sudden their doors got shut down or any other kind of business out there. And all of a sudden, these are people that are hard workers, go-getters, man. They're willing to take risks. They're willing to apply themselves. How many of those people all of a sudden, they're caught flat-footed? They put all their life savings into that. So we're bringing a better caliber person into our industry right now. That's why our numbers are going through the roof. We're also personality proof, right? Because we have a system. It's not about how good you are. You don't have to be great. You have to have people in your business. In fact, if you're lousy, if you're not good in sales, if you're not good at personally building people, you're in the right company because we have a system that will overcompensate for what you're not good at. Now, do you have to develop some skills? Yes, of course. You have to apply yourself. You got great mentors in our business model that are going to help you develop those skills. And you got to apply those skills. And as you apply those skills, you will get better. You will gather experience. And then that will manifest into results for you and your family. But the first key to winning is total commitment, never quitting. Man, I just sometimes, I know you do too, John. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I say, man, what if I would have listened to broke people that were not doing anything? What if I listened to people that knew me and I would have quit and I'd have been working for somebody else? I was certifiable unemployable, man. I do not have the wherewithal to be an employee, man. I mean, in high school, man, I didn't last and I had 2 jobs, man, and I didn't last but 3 days in one and 2.5 days in another because I quickly wanted to tell them how to do the business better. And I was producing and I want to raise. And the guy said, no, you got to go through probation. And so I couldn't handle being an employee. And so I was blessed that I was able to get into being an entrepreneur because there's nothing like having control of when you do something, with who you're doing something, and the impact you can have on other people, right? Having the control of your time and destiny. And now we can actually say that we're pandemic proof. Can your business operate fully online no matter where you are in the world? You know, during our convention that we just had last month, your friend Greg up in Canada, who's a young guy who just crossed a couple $1 million, and he was going to take off and live 1 whole month or 2 months, he said, in Hawaii with his family, just get a place at the beach and just be away from everything in Hawaii. Of course, he probably didn't know that Hawaii is still very much locked down, but that's a whole nother story. And his business is not going to miss a beat because he can do this business from a laptop like we're doing right now, anywhere in the world, right? So we've never had more freedom than we have right now. There's nothing that you need to come to an office for these days and age. Now, do we have offices all over the country? Yes, we do. We have operations. And one of the major things that why people fail in business is because most businesses, you got to go it alone. And especially if you do anything online, you got to buy the little, course or the little software or the little this, but then you got to figure it all yourself. One of the things that why our business model is so successful is because we cut that learning curve, because we're going to take you by the hand, right? And we're going to be with you, and we're not going to manage you. We're going to lead you, right? And you're going to be in the passenger seat, and we're going to drive this thing for you until you're good enough to get on that driver's seat. Because life is different when you become a driver in your life. If you have a job, then you've been experiencing life from the passenger seat. You have no control of the GPS about where that job's going to take you. Your life is predicated by who controls your paycheck. Well, we want to challenge you to control your paycheck. Come here and write your own paycheck, right? No limited. Financial industry is essential industry. It's location independent and is in high demand, as I just proved to you right now. So history is here to be made. The question is, will you be part of it, making that history with us, or will you let another incredible business pass you by and you're going to be a spectator? You got to be a player. You got to get off the bench and into the game, because those that play the games have an opportunity to win the game. And that's what we challenge you. The last one is residual income. I got business on the books from 1991, 92, 93 that are still in the books today that I still get a percentage of residual income. And that residual income compounds every single year. Because why? $1 today is worth more than $1 tomorrow. And every time that dollar compounds over time, we get paid a residual income, not only on the original dollar, but on the growth of that dollar through trails, right? And fee-based operations, right? And we have what is called significant market advantage, because we're able to what? We're able to bring high-end financial tools that are mostly reserved for the wealthy people. You got to be an accredited investor, right? In a lot of areas, that means you got to be having $1 million net worth, $250,000 in earnings before you get anybody from Wall Street to give you a call, right? And you hear the commercials on TV. You got to have $500,000 of disposable income, be an accredited investor before you get that service. Well, we have those kind of vehicles, those kind of services and products for middle America, right? For you to take advantage of that. And as you as an advisor get a chance to build residual income that will pay you for a lifetime, right? Whether you get up out of bed or not, you're still going to make money, right? That is a secure retirement. That is a secure future, right? Are you being paid today at your job for the work you did last year, right? The answer would be no if you have a job, right? Just over broke, as they say, right? Unique products and services, like I said earlier. Man, we have, when no one stands out, clients are forced to base their buying decisions on price, right? And that's the worst way to make a decision based on price. But that's because of the lack of education in the marketplace, the lack of literacy. We are like the Walmart of financial services. Walmart doesn't manufacture anything. They just distribute everything. And all the vendors and all the product providers out there, they're dying to get their product on the shelf of Walmart or on the shelf of Home Depot, right? Or on the shelf of Lowe's and all these great distribution channels. Because if you want to buy a Sony TV and you went to a Sony store, all you can buy is a Sony TV. But if you go to Best Buy, you can compare a Sony TV with a Samsung TV, with an LG TV, and you can, and that salesperson there, that person that's helping you has no dog in the fight. He doesn't care which one you buy. He's there to what? Answer your question, provide the education of which one of these different TVs. Well, that's the way we are. We don't have a dog in the fight. We have all these incredible product provide household names on TV every day, knocking at our door to put their products in their services in our shelves, so that us, right, together, our strength in volume, we're better together, right? We're able to provide a better service, a better product to the American consumer, because we don't have a dog in the fight. It's a needs-based marketing. Whatever the consumer needs, man, that's what we deliver. You see, it doesn't matter to us as long as what? They matter. You know, when you walk into Best Buy, they don't care which TV you buy, as long as you buy it at Best Buy. Well, same thing with us. We don't care which product is suitable for you and affordable for you, and this product is needed for you and you want to buy it, as long as what? We're there to what? Show you. So you don't have to go compare with other people, because we can do the comparison for you and help us to do those things. So standing out is essential, and that's what we do. And it's most certainly one of our strengths. We stand out in the noise. We are the wave in the financial industry. We're the ones that have a massive growth when everybody else is shrinking. Why? Because our business model is not product driven. It's not sales driven. It's opportunity driven. So people gravitate to opportunity, right, when things are bad out there. And so we're growing by leaps and bounds. We're growing. The worse things get in America, right, the better our opportunity gets. Because remember the thing, when times are good, people are always still interested in what? Making more money and saving more money. But when things are desperate, when times are desperate, people are what? Desperate to make more money and save more money, right? Because the fear of losing out, right? FOMO, right? And so people take action. People take action. And also what we're benefiting now is we're benefiting from the fact that this COVID now, people are realizing what happened to them in 2008, 9, and 10 when we had the other recession. So people are a lot more aware of the situation right now. So people are making decisions faster. You know, rich people, they make decisions quick, right? And they change them slowly, and they act on their decision. You know, poor people, they make decisions slowly and then change them quickly. And that's why they never get ahead, because they always are in a position of scarcity, right? And not acting from a position of abundance and go and make it happen. It's our industry's transforming innovations that I've laid out for you in this presentation that set us apart. So believe it, dream it, try it, do it, and let's go out and succeed. Let's go out and change the saving habits of America right now. And let's help this financial literacy disease that's out there and help people. So, John, that's it. Appreciate your time. And I don't know if you want to do some question and answer or anything like that. I don't know how much time I took over, but
yes. All right, let's see here. There's a couple questions already popping up. We're not going to be able to do a whole lot, you guys, because we're right on time. Let's see here. The first one is, can you please have can you go over the fifth element one more time?
The fifth element one more time. These people are very demanding that you got on this thing, John. Let me see here. All right. The fifth element was, that's the long one right there. Right there. Precise timing. Precise timing. You know, first to market, right? We're not the first to market, but we're the ones that are bringing it to market on a giant scale. See, Walmart was not first to market. It was Woolworth. It was JCPenney. But Walmart came up with a better what? A mousetrap, a better system. That's what we are. We're not unique from a standpoint of, you know, our products are no different. We're marketing products from the world-class companies been around. The products don't make us unique. McDonald's hamburger doesn't make them unique. I mean, we all know that if we're going to each buy a hamburger in California, we'd all buy a In-N-Out burger, especially John Shin. He's going to buy 2 of those and before McDonald's. but yet McDonald's outsells, In-N-Out Burger, 1,000 to 1 every day of the week and twice on Sunday. So timing is everything. Okay. Hope that helps.
Okay. So we have one person that says, can you explain the rule of 72 once again, but slowly, please?
Oh my goodness. The rule of 72. Okay. The rule of 72 basically says, given any yield, any interest rate, divided by the number of 72, it will give you the number of years that it will take for your money to double. So if you have $1, right, and you divide it and you get 1% at a CD at the bank, you divide 72 by 1, that dollar will become $2 72 years from now. Okay? In whatever interest rate you're getting. The two areas where the Rule 72 works against you is in when you buy a home, remember you finance your house, right? And they show you that HUD statement, that disclosure, that by the time you paid off that loan 3 years later, you bought that house 3 times over. You paid 3 or 3 times for what that house in interest, right? Because most of the time it's going into interest. And the second area that the Rule 72 is working for you is when you do not know how to calculate your W-4 at your job, if you have a job, and you get a refund at the end of the year from Uncle Sam with 0 interest. You just lost 12 months of earning power that you can never recover that lost money. That Rule of 72 worked against you. And 95% of the people in America get a refund that are employees every single year because they have not been taught the Rule of 72. I hope that helps.
Okay, let's see here. Let's see. We answered those. This is Robin says, how do we get started? Robin, we'll have somebody reach out to you and talk to you about that tomorrow. And then let's see, Armando, I'm all in. Awesome and educational presentation. Jeremy, let's see here. Is there a question? Great job, Godfather, with the world where we are today. We're in desperate need of your great leadership. Okay. Thank you. Whatever you say your top 3 qualities need to be is great to be a great leader. All right, cool. You guys, let's just go ahead right now and thank Armando for his valuable time and the content that he all just shared with you. And so let's give him a big round of applause, everybody. Let's give him a big round of applause. Put your down below, put your hand up in the air just like that. All right. That would be great because I know you guys, we can't turn your cameras on so we can watch all of you. All right. Thank you, Armando. We appreciate you. I've got some announcements I'm going to make here real fast. And then if you guys want, please follow Armando here at his Instagram feed. He's got great content. He shares all the time. And it's important that you guys follow him and get his wisdom, okay? So let me go over a couple things here. As I said, next week, there will be no financial literacy training this coming Thursday. But for those of you that joined us late today, let me just tell you, so last week, we had this guy named Mark Lack. Now, Mark Lack is a master branding expert, okay? Literally probably the best in the industry. Ed Milet uses Mark Lack, okay? Some of the biggest names in our industry that he will tell you that he does their branding, okay? So Friday at 12:30 p.m. till 2 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock. Sorry, didn't we say it was 12:30 earlier? Okay, never mind. It's 12 o'clock, everybody. So dial in at 12 o'clock. So we apologize for the time changes. Okay, 12 o'clock. So I believe like 1:30, and then I will try to keep them for another half an hour for some Q&A. But look, you need to leverage this, okay? Now, you know, he charges big money. I mean, like $10,000 type plus, you know, $15,000, $20,000 for you to hire him so he can teach you about branding and Instagram ads and social media and how to do targeting and geo targeting, all that kind of stuff, okay? He was on last week. You guys liked him so much. I asked him, I'm like, hey, Mark, can you come in and just do people, I mean, my phone was blowing up even after the call. So I said, can you come in and just do like another 90 minutes of content? And he said, absolutely. It'd be my honor. So I
That's
got
super
him to do this
valuable,
for
man.
us.
That is super valuable stuff right there.
Oh, it's huge, right, Armando? Huge. Yeah.
Huge.
And
Especially in this
so,
day and age.
exactly. So I need you guys to register down below. You need to register. And it's all the letters that are uppercase, T, G, R, and B all have to be uppercase, dash, right? That dash has to be there. Now, do me a favor, folks. I'm going to say this one more time right now. Take a picture of this slide. Okay. And then what I want you to do is I want you to go and post it on your Instagram and or Facebook or whatever else. And then say, have any questions, DM me, right? So you want to use this as an opportunity to get solicitation, use this to solicit people to reach out to you to get more details. Hey, if you want to have more information about this free live masterclass on learn how to brand yourself, right? Biggest celebrities, Ed Milet uses Mark Lack. Then guess what? These people will DM you and say, hey, what's it about? How much is it going to cost? What are they going to cover? And this is a huge opportunity for you guys to leverage this. Now, I want you to know that we can only have 1,000 people. That's all we can do, right? As much as we want more people, we can only max out because we use a certain thing through Zoom. It maxes out at 1,000, and I think that's plenty to get you guys to understand how to brand. So again, huge. I hope you don't miss it. All right. Next, October 23rd, we're doing another movie screening. Again, if I was you, learn how to leverage this. You know, Armando was talking about leverage earlier, and this is what I'm talking about. Take this movie, post it on your Facebook, on your Instagram, and say, hey, how would you like to watch the Think and Grow Rich movie come to life? If you have any questions, DM me. Does that make sense, right? And they'll DM you. They're like, tell me more about this. How much is it? You're going to say it's absolutely free. Why? And it says, you know, because the producer and the people like that, they want this movie that you can watch during a time of crisis, right? And they're also going to do some Q&A. That's it. And then you say, great, let me get your information. I'll go ahead and register you right now. You take them to TGR Legacy. Do you guys understand how to leverage this stuff, right? That's what it's about. And then next Saturday, October 24th, I'm doing my Shin. Oh, it's this coming Saturday. Yeah, this coming Saturday, I've got my Shintastic Saturday where I give you guys all the nuggets. Again, you got to register down below. Okay. And then I am also, you guys, going to be speaking in front of 1 million people around the world on October 25th. It is the World Health Organization's of natural medicine. It's called the World Organization of Natural Medicine. They'll be streaming this to 2.5 million people. If you guys can see my mouse right there, in 22 countries. So honored that I'm going to be a part of this, and I am the closing speaker. Okay, so I'd love to have you guys come and listen, learn, and also come and watch me do the closing on Sunday. Do you have a promo code at John TGR to get this discount if you would? And then you just got to go and go register at 1M. It's the World Order of Natural Medicine. Okay, it's going to be huge. It's probably going to be the biggest group of people I've ever spoken to. Literally 2.5 million people will be watching this in 22 different countries. Okay. Also, again, as I mentioned earlier, for those of you that joined us a little bit late, take a picture of this link here. I think this could be one of the most important things or discussions or topics. Monday next week, October 26th, 1:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I've got Goldman Sachs is coming on. Okay, now Goldman Sachs is probably one of the leading money management firms in the entire world. And they got their team doing all this research and analytics, and they have some amazing, crazy insight to what is going to happen to the market, right? If Biden wins, what is the, if Trump wins, what is the effect of the market? How is it going to impact the interest rates? How is it going to impact unemployment? How is it going to impact the stock market? You know, and this is very, very important stuff that you guys understand, because this is going to be, this is going to be your life for the next 4 years and potentially for another maybe 10, another decade on what is the outcome of this election. Very, very critical. And Wendy Lin which is one of the head of the research team and analytics team of Goldman Sachs, will be joining us to give her entire stuff. I already got a preview on this, and it is going to be staggering. I'm not quite sure how, if you guys all understand the repercussion of one or the other being elected as president, whether it's Biden, Harris, or Trump, Pence. But the Goldman Sachs is going to tell you, and they have all the insight for this. Very important. Again, this is going to be limited to 1,000 people. So right now, again, if I was you, I would use this to post on your social media and say, hey, if you want to know the insight, the analytics, and all the research done by Goldman Sachs on what the research, the election outcome prediction would be, please join us with experts from Goldman Sachs, okay? So yeah, we're getting the big top dogs from Goldman Sachs tuning in for this. You must watch this. It is going to be, I think, one of the most incredible things you're going to witness. All right, I'm telling you guys right now. This is after you see this, your jaw's gonna drop, and I think you're gonna have a moment of silence to kind of ask yourself, "Oh shit!" Like like that's kind of like one way or the other. You wait till you see this; it's gonna blow you away. All right. Other than that, you guys, what else can I say? Next week, Tuesday, I've got this guy named Eric Swanson, who is the founder of Habitude Warrior. And his subject matter next week is going to be how to change your habits and how to change your attitude for peak performance. Okay. This is going to be a great talk. Don't miss it. Get it out. Again, if I was you, go ahead and post this, right? And get more people to DM you so you can get that as a lead generator again, so you can also tell them to join here. All right. I hope these are all helping you guys. You guys, our team right now, we're putting in so much time, so much of our energy to go and get all these speakers in, the time, the PowerPoints. I mean, it's time consuming. It's not as easy as we make it look for you guys. And we're just doing this to help you grow. So you gotta use this and leverage it to grow your own business. And if you're not growing, then you really need to sit down with your mentor and or coach and figure out, what are you doing wrong right now? Okay, how are you screwing this up? Because I can tell you this right now, there's a lot of people that are growing, a lot of people making more money now than ever before, making 1.5, 2, 3, 4 times the amount of money. And I think this is something that you cannot overlook, is to learn how to leverage Tuesday Talks to help you build your business. All right. Anyway, here is my information, everybody. If you want to get a hold of me, please call Matthew, schedule a quick, kind of like a one-on-one, quick 20-minute conversation. And then if you want to if you want to teach me, if you want to talk to me directly, you can text me at that number right there. This is all my information. Thank you so much for joining us today. You guys are awesome. God bless every single one of you. Take care and have yourself a shin-tastic evening, everyone. Bye-bye now.